Welcome once again, fellas, to the CastedCastMen podcast. We have a few guests here today. We have Nave,
Hello.
Neptune,
Hello.
Shuvit,
Hello.
very special guest, and Madoka.
Yo.
And in today's very special podcast, we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be a little bit introducing some new and old members here. And more importantly, we're going to be discussing a very special project that Shuvit here, I think, would very much have fun with doing. So, first off, how do we even start this? Shuvit, introduce yourself a little bit if you could.
All right, for sure, man. So, hi, my name is Shuvit. I am a streamer on Twitch. You can gladly call, wow, you can gladly call me, my actual name is Avathian, but I just let people call me Michael for simplicity purpose. And yeah, I am a small time streamer, very small time streamer for Apex Legends on Twitch, and I'm currently creating and working on a project for a webcomic slash manga series called Shinigami. And yeah, I love to draw, write, cook, clean, all that jazz. And I'm very, very honored and excited to be here today to do this podcast
gotta
with
just
these
share-
very lovely people.
To share this experience, really.
Exactly, dude.
And
Like,
you were just ecstatic, dude, when I invited you on here, and
yeah, dude. I was like, yo,
I
because
was
this.
I was like scared, bro, because I was like, okay, am I gonna get in trouble if I, get this guy a chance to be here? What happened?
Yeah. I get exactly what you're saying. Honestly, because this is my first time like actually doing this, but like, dude, this is amazing. Like, I've never I'm used to being like on stream, so like I'm good at like talking per se, but I've never actually been on like an actual like podcast, and it's nuts, dude. I love it.
Well, I will say this is definitely it's gonna be more of an interview for the first few minutes, because I want the audience out here to just kind of know what we're getting into with with your
sure.
project, and then we'll just relax for the next 30 minutes. So just to ask a few questions,
Yeah, bro.
unscripted, by the way. Tell us a little more about this project, if you could.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I had to yell at my brother.
I could hear him in the background too.
Yeah.
You're fine. But tell me, dude, what is your project about in its whole?
Okay. So, Shinigami. It is a planned webcomic that I'm creating currently, that I've been working on for about 1.5 to 2.5 years. I've been like
Right.
on and off, but it is a story that I also plan on making into a personal D&D campaign, because I do love playing D&D. And so
Right.
it is about this young girl, Magdalene Ishin. People just call her Mag. So it's about Mag's essential journey to reshape the world.
And there's a lot of
And-
elements to it, right? There's a lot
Yes, there is. We did talk about that before. And there will be very, very difficult trials and tribulations that she must go through to get to the eventual end. And it is very exciting to write. And I'm working on, the world building right now, with my teacher, the creator of Accursed Stories. And yes, it is very fun. He's given me a lot of very, very good tips, and essential ones at that.
just like kind of like he's been your sensei per se.
Yeah, my sensei, exactly like that.
Bro, actually, who was this teacher, if you don't mind letting the people
Oh,
out here know.
dude. All right. So, I like to say that he's a semi-professional writer because what he's writing right now, it is absolutely nuts. Like the way that he just articulates his words, and it is amazing. And I don't have any of his works right now, but we've been talking for the past like month or so, and
Okay.
and we've he's given me a lot of very good advice about how
Inspiration.
to like organize my writing. Yeah, he's a very cool dude, very wholesome.
And I gotta ask, how long have you known this guy for?
I've been aware of him for about a month now, but we've started like really talking like a lot for like the past like maybe for the past like few days.
2 or 3 days, right?
Yeah, 2-3 days, yeah, essentially. And yeah, I'm currently designing some Oni characters for him. So his
Oh,
story takes place I'm assuming in like feudal-esque Japan.
wow.
Like Eastern Asia time, and so he wanted me to design these Oni characters for him that are a part of this group. And currently I'm working on a character named Yakaza. And so all the Oni characters have like special abilities, and so she is wielder of the mucus prison, right? So
Mucus prison.
yes, so what I wanted to do for her design is me designing these Oni characters, I wanted them to have like the Oni mask, right? So it's like an
Right.
Oni character with an Oni mask. So you see what I'm going for there.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
all the different Oni characters are going to have like a certain design on their mask that like kind of tells you who they are, right? So
Jeez.
actually if I pull up the list, I'm gonna list some of them off. So right now the one I'm working on, Yakaza, so her mask design is an Oni mask with the teeth sticking out, and it has like the generic like Oni mouth, but it has a drool pattern going on alongside the edge of the mouth, and it has beads running off of the bottom of it to like simulate drool. And this is to symbolize that since she is the wielder of the mucus prison, she's a glutton. And
So is it
yeah.
similar to like the 7 deadly sins kind of stuff?
There's more
Gluttony.
than 7, but yes.
Oh,
Yes. So right now, I won't reveal any more but their names, only because I don't know if this is an NDA. But
right.
it is Yakaza, Ohase, Seijo, Yui, Donzo, Misato, Kaguya,
Oh
Bokoro,
Lord,
and Daisuke.
that is a mouthful. Whoa.
Yeah, that's a lot of names, And Donzo and Daisuke are the only male Oni there. Everybody else is a female.
Well, I gotta ask, what is an oni? I'm not too familiar with
An
that.
Oni, actually, if I Google it, I mean, what I know Oni as is essentially the Japanese equivalent of a demon, or like a demonic spirit. Like if you look up Oni in Google, it's a kind of yokai, demon, ogre, or troll in Japanese folklore. They are typically portrayed as hulking figures with one or more horns growing out of their heads.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Actually, yeah, that is some spook. Oh, that's right. I forgot. There's 2 different types of oni. Hold on.
Yeah.
But, jeez, that is. Okay, yeah, that's some spooky stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give you some nightmares. But it's a Japanese equivalent of a demon. All right.
Essentially, yeah.
So, how long have you been drawing art for? And,
I've been drawing art since I was 9. I'm currently 17.
jeez.
Yeah, actually, I started art before that, but like I started really getting into art around when I was like 9 or 10. And I've been designing my own like original characters since I was about like 11 or 12. And
Wow.
I created characters for all sorts of like things. I created my own Marvel characters, DC, different anime characters such as like Naruto and Fire Force, Dragon Ball, stuff like that.
Even Dragon Ball. Oh my.
Even Dragon Ball, yeah.
Oh,
Beefy.
Mhm.
sick. Jeez. That is very impressive, man. I didn't know that. I knew you
Yeah.
drew art, but I didn't know you were doing it for that long. Dear Lord.
Yeah. what's the name? The only Dragon Ball character that I did. Funnily enough, his name is Gojo, but he exists as a permanent Patara fusion, and that's like a fusion between god characters, or with special earrings. So
All right.
he exists as a fusion between two characters, but like it is one self. So technically, it's like a gem fusion from Steven Universe, if you will.
Wow.
Kind of like a Garnet situation.
That is.
So yeah.
I mean, that's impressive, man.
Thank you.
Because those are some different types of style. That is a lot of different types of styles that you have to deal with. You know, they're not just.
Yeah.
They're not very.
I had this. Go ahead.
They're not very similar when it comes to how they work and. Wow.
Yeah. I had this one phase from like 6th to like 9th grade where I would only draw Naruto characters, and like I got so into like the Naruto art style that I mean it's still in my art style now, like the Naruto like esque art style, but I used to only draw Naruto characters, and when I would start eventually making OCs for my hero, then like the Naruto art style was like still there, right? So I was essentially putting my hero characters in Naruto. Like I was obsessed with it, and this was like my first watch through, so I was like absolutely like infatuated with Naruto. And then the second and third watch through, I've watched all 720 episodes 3 times over, and trust me, it was not fun. But yeah, I was prone to creating Mary Sue characters, and what that is like a super overpowered character
OP.
with not as many drawbacks. Yeah, it's just super like OP for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
It's a common mistake, though. I mean, it's
yeah.
Like I've seen it happen before with a lot of things, so it's not out of character to see that kind of happen. But
exactly.
I gotta ask this. What advice would you have for people that struggle with that kind of stuff? You know,
creating OCs. Don't adhere your OC to the narrative, because that like makes you get tunnel vision. Because I did that a lot, trying to adhere my OC to the narrative. It's like, oh, my OC knows this guy, and this guy, so that's why they know this, and this, and I'm just like. So like using Naruto as an example, because that's what I'm most familiar with. It's like saying that saying that your character is really good with the Rasengan because Naruto taught them that, and that's like saying in like Naruto Shippuden when Naruto was like doing all like the training and stuff. He's not even an adult yet.
It's with too much connections, basically.
Yeah, too many connections. You want to make your OC in universe, but as human. Kind of as possible. You don't have to make them like human, but like don't make them flat. Make them have flaws. You don't want to make like a
make them a character, basically. Just kind of make them a character that a person, basically. Give them flaws, give them drawbacks, all of that.
Yeah. Hold on.
Is that
technical difficulties maybe. Okay. But yeah, so my personal like kind of template for making an OC is make the sheet in 3 sections. Right? So what you want to do is the first section is what I call your doctor's information. So that is their most basic information, like when you first meet them. It is like the dead facts about their character, right? So that is your name, your alias if you have any, your age, height, weight, hair color, eye color, skin color. Right?
Just the
that
basic
is
stuff.
Your like main things. Yeah, just your basic information, your doctor's information essentially. And then your second category is like the main information, like less main information, like your secondary information. So that's like your likes, your dislikes, any like allergies. If your character has any allergies, you don't have to, but like special information about the character.
Right.
Right. And then your third category is your story category, and that's where you add their biography, their connections, family if they have any, and like this is where you would add like any techniques. If your character has like a special power, like that's where you would put it,
All
is in their story section.
basically a nice fill-in, for what he is as a person.
Yes,
What
here's
is past, what makes it that. What was your first character that you did actually?
My very first character that I made when I really started getting into OCs was a character named Hakubo Eso. And so Hakubo Eso was a very big Gary Sue of mine because he was he was just like absurdly strong for like no reason. So
Snap.
I remember his backstory a little bit, like very vaguely. So his thing was that so first of all is he had some of the most powerful techniques in the Naruto verse. And such as like the Rinnegan Eye, which is the most powerful version of the Sharingan, and he also had access to the Rasengan, which is Naruto's move, Chidori, Flying Thunder God, which is a special move that's only used by a couple of characters, right? He had access to Kirin, which is a move that is only available to Sasuke.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and he also had access to 3 of the 5 basic nature releases, and access to boil and lava release. And
he was already OP with knowing 3 of this stuff, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he also was a lightning timer plus, and what a lightning timer is a person who is as fast or faster than lightning. So 220,000 miles per hour, give or take. That is his like travel speed. And his reaction speed was like even faster than that. And there are multiple iterations of him, but this is like the very first iteration. And so
Jesus.
So his family was he had a brother named Kaboko Eso, and then a sister named Kurai Eso, and that was his older sister. His older sister was even worse. So the Eso, so the Eso is Eso, and that is the Japanese translation for spear.
Right.
And I got that from Chidori Eso, which was Chidori spear. And so Hakubo is from Google Translate Nightfall. Right, so Hakubo Eso would be Nightfall Spear. And Kaboko I got from Kamaboko, which is a type of fish cake that you put in your ramen. So it is Fish Cake Spear, and he was like a jokester. And then Kudai was gonna be Kudai Hono Eso, and that would be Black Fire Spear. So yeah.
Bro, I couldn't keep up with like half of that, dude. Dear Lord.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of Gary Sue OP nonsense. It doesn't. It's not really too relevant to like my actual project. But mind you, this character eventually became one of like the main characters in my story. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this, bro. Like, despite all that, it does sound like a cool character. All right, like with all those moves, and he seemed like a kind of jokester character, right?
No, that was his brother. Hakubo was the generic edgy, like edgelord character. Didn't talk, always wore a mask. Had like the Kakashi hairstyle, but like he had a bang covering his eye. He wore a cloak, and it was just the edgiest of edge.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It was very, very embarrassing. But
look, dude, it's not that big. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. We all start somewhere with characters, right?
Exactly. We do all start somewhere.
Like, it sounds crazy, but it's nothing. I've seen much worse, even with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
okay, yeah.
I gotta ask just one last question, and we'll move on to basically just a podcast segment, so the rest of the people here can stretch their legs. What is going to be the future for your project?
Hopefully an animation. Hopefully an animation. I did go off on a tangent, so I really didn't get to say much about like the story, but
Go ahead,
I do
bro.
hopefully want to make it an animation because the world of Broken Earth is nuts. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it Broken Earth.
Alrighty, dude.
Yes.
Broken Earth.
From story for story reasons.
Yep.
Yes, but the world, or it might just be a placeholder name. I really don't know at this point. But the world of Broken Earth is absolutely amazing, and I'd love it to be fully rendered and animated. But I will stick to just having a comic about it. That's enough for me.
And we actually do have some more time. If you want, we could actually go in a little bit to your story.
Honestly, we could just do the podcast bit. I just love to talk with y'all. And then we could probably and then whatever time frame you have for me to actually explain my story, I'd love.
Alrighty, that's fair enough, bro. Then everyone else, if y'all can feel free to stretch your legs. Maduka, Neptune. What do you how do y'all feel about that, bro? That story.
Sounds like something I'd read for sure.
Aw, you're sweet.
No, you. Uno reverse card.
Bro, not the compliments. What? Not positivity.
Bro, that was crazy, man. That you got me a little bit excited with that story because I actually really want to get involved with that, you know.
Hell yeah, bro. And actually, funnily enough, I am open for character sheets. Like if you want to add like a character to the story, just for laughs. Like I'll be so happy to add it.
I will make a rock.
Yes. A rock named Madoka. And
yes, a rock named Madoka. Oh my gosh. She's just gonna be there as emotional support.
Honestly.
I mean, for me though, like the character I would do, the character sheet I would honestly have would be probably some cool bird guy. Or
yeah, there are avian races.
I don't even know, dude. Because your story pretty much has almost everything. So I don't even.
Yeah.
Dude, I could do all sorts of characters, bro. Straight up.
You could. I mean, if you want to do the avian races, there are eagles, hawks, falcons. Those are like the big dogs. Like those are the most respected out of the avians. And then you do have the smaller birds like the swallows, sparrows, and like just the smaller birds in general.
Do you have like?
There's a penguin race. Those are like the.
I gotta ask this. Do you have like art for some of the characters, dude?
I do have art of 4 or the 5 of the main characters. They are all human, but because I'm really not that good at drawing like animal characters. But I am practicing that. I'm gonna like start practicing that soon. But I do have art of 4 or the 5. I have art of the 2 of the 3 main characters.
Wow.
The mentor figure, and I'm currently working on a character named Lilith. And she's amazing and I love her.
Bro, freaking I mean, it is the thing, dude, like when it comes to making like anamorphic, I think that's what they call it.
Anthropomorphic
characters.
Yeah.
It can get tough, dude. Like that stuff's no joke.
Because it's essentially, or you can also say anamorphic. I can't. Freaking the terms confuse me. But yeah, humanoid animals.
Me too, bro.
Like and yeah, it's like you have to make them humanoid enough so that like they're seen as like actual characters, but also animalistic enough so that you know that they're an animal.
Yeah.
Like
the art can get a little bit difficult too, because you gotta make sure to remain consistent with just like the shapes and all that. And
exactly.
Bro,
Sorry.
I can already tell you, bro. Like, I know Beastars had a hard time, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And also, there's this anime called BNA. It's made by Studio Trigger. That anime is absolutely amazing.
By the way, sorry for interrupting you, Madoka.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Madoka.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you going for a character like Tokayami from My Hero?
I mean, yeah, actually.
Yo,
Retro, would you like?
I mean,
I can do something with it. That would technically be an aberration mana ability.
like what? That's like the shadow thing, right? Or
Yeah, his quirk is Dark Shadow.
dude, yo,
That would be
bet.
classified as an aberration.
Get that in, dude. That would be. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That's actually kind of Silvio's ability. We'll get into that later, if you want. But yeah, that's mad. I could definitely do that.
Honestly, that would be kind of crazy. I would.
Yeah.
That is something I would like to try, dude. A freak,
For sure.
a shadow kind of ability, like just. I want you to imagine having that in real life. Like you just walking down the street.
Just a real life Dark Shadow.
Dude, you straight up would just become OP at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'd be
100%.
like Mega Dio from JoJo.
Yo, if I could have any one of class 1 ace quirks, I would definitely have either Bakugos, Denkis, or Todoroki. Because I love to just be a human cooler.
Bro.
Oh yeah, let's blow shit up.
Yeah, dude. Sweating nitroglycerin. Okay, so you can't lick me because it's toxic, and then also I can blow your face off.
Oh.
So
God, that.
yeah.
That would. I want you to imagine like you're just a cop and you just see some guy just blowing stuff up with just his bare hands.
Dude, that
would scare you. That
would leave you shook. Also, Todoroki is just like, it's the mechanical like versatility of his quirk is just nuts. Like, you can make fire with your hands, dude. And actually, a common misconception about Todoroki's ability, it's not the ability to make fire and ice, it's ability to superheat and or super cool the air to where it makes ice and or fire.
Yeah, Bro, I love the fact that they're actually scientifically explaining that. That's cool.
I know.
Like, Todoroki,
It's nuts.
that guy, he's like your average DeviantArt OC done right, okay? You know, they may be...
It's a DeviantArt OC done right.
Alright,
Yes.
because, you know, it's you could tell there's maybe some OP stuff going on, but they do a good job making him human, alright? And giving him flaws. Like, this guy doesn't want to use half his power. He could be OP, but he just doesn't want to.
Because of his backstory.
Exactly, because of what he went through, and that was
Mm-hmm.
that was really cool. Because you have some people being frustrated and be like, "Come on, be OP," but I'm like, "No. Yo, let's let this boil." Well, that was.
Todoroki is low-key best boy, but he's like a spoiled brat as well.
Ooh.
Actually, I think who's really is best boy is freaking honestly, contrary to like, I'm not gonna say this, it's not Deku, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I don't think it's Deku. I honestly think it's freaking oh my god, Denki, because Denki is just like absolutely amazing. I love him. I love Denki.
Who is
Humanized
Denki?
Pikachu.
Humanized Pikachu, 100%.
Who
You can
is-
charge your phone for free.
Who is Denki? Actually, I forgot.
Denki
Portable phone
Kaminari
charger.
is the electric person.
Oh, dude,
Um,
he could be so OP, but they did. I wasn't happy with how they did his powers. Like when
Alright.
they got him his upgrade.
I have
Yeah.
a question for y'all. If you guys were in the My Hero universe, what would be your quirk?
Oh, I have locked and loaded. I have an answer.
All right, you go first, shove it.
Do it.
Oh, okay. So I would have actually my main character's ability in my story. So what it is kinetic redirection, right? And so essentially I would be like not essentially, but I would be akin to the Black Panther suit, in which
Okay.
I can absorb kinetic energy from pretty much anything. whether it would be like something that's thrown at me or a punch or whatever. I could absorb kinetic energy from me running, but
All right.
or not but, and I would convert it in my body to potential energy, thus enhancing my physical capability. So I would be able to jump higher, run faster, hit harder, all that jazz. Right?
All right. So
However, this would not increase my durability because it would I mean, blunt force trauma, yes, but if
Right.
say I get shot, right, I absorb an insane amount of kinetic energy from the bullet, but I still got shot.
you still
You feel
got
what
it.
I'm saying?
Yeah, you. So it's.
Still a bullet hole in whatever I
But
got
you
shot
would
from.
be able to reflect it back almost, like kind of give.
The energy, yes. The bullet, no. It's not like bullets can bounce off me.
But
If I
it's
get
the
shot on my
energy of the
shoulder,
hit.
the bullet's going through my shoulder, but I get an
Yeah.
insane amount of kinetic energy.
All right, so that's cool. So basically, you have to take a hit to give a hit.
Exactly.
That is, okay.
it's
That's actually cool. I'll give you that.
Yeah. A person. A good example of this is a person from Fire Force. His name is Karon, and so what his kind of ability is that he can create explosions by taking hits. So he has like these guys like he kind of like his minions always like with him, and so what he
Right.
does is that like they start like beating him up, but he's like used to it, so he doesn't like really feel it, but they start beating him up, so he's absorbing all this like energy from the hits, and then
Holy
he like creates like explosions, and he usually says like a word, so he's like clap, boom, and then like claps his hands and like this giant explosion comes out, and it's
What?
nuts. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm
and I
gonna
love him.
I'm gonna need to see this now, bro. I was getting into freaking Fire Force, and then I like stopped midway because I just got.
Dude,
I-
Fire Force is nuts. I love it. And it's like My Hero, like you said, they like scientifically explain their abilities, right? So there is this character in the show, in season 2, right? In season 2, there's this there's different characters can control different aspects of fire. Everybody has like some kind of fire-based ability, but they control different aspects of it. So
Right.
the main character, he can shoot fire out of his feet, so he's like a human rocket, right? But there's also a character that can control the trajectory of bullets.
Bro,
right?
wasn't there one person that had like a freaking he had like this weird instrument that turned fire to ice? Like that.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm
That
saying.
guy was
like,
so cool, man. I was
and
like,
they scientifically explained it. So he would get fire. He would suck in fire through the tube, and then
Right.
the vibrations from the fire going from the tube, like when he would play it, would cool down, like rapidly cool it down because the molecules are being blocked, and so it would come
Oh.
out as ice.
oh my God, bro, I'm just.
It is absolutely nuts.
Bro, I was just sitting there like, bro, there's no way they can scientifically explain this one, dude.
There's no way they can turn fire into ice, but they did it, and it was nuts. And so, aside from all of that, not only turning fire into ice, there's also a character that can stop time by halting the thermal expansion of the universe, creating his own pocket dimension in which he exists in.
Oh my God. You know what? That's something I actually wanted to kind of get into real quick is the elements within a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So usually a good, every story will have something going on within its plot, and sometimes you'll have something supernatural going on.
Mhm.
Fire Force, it's people being able to use their fire abilities because they're stung by this bug. And sometimes they either get like turned into cool people or demons. But every now and then abnormalities happen.
Mm-hmm. The Adola burst.
And the way, I mean, it sounds, very small, right? Nothing too big. But the way they utilize that within their story, it's something else entirely. It's amazing. It makes the world feel incredibly huge and incredibly large, despite the whole place being taking place in like a small sector of a completely smoldering world, right?
Exactly. So much stuff is happening in that one area.
And that's being
what I
able
love
to
about stories.
that's being able to just take a small element and make it large within your story. but one place that you have places like Naruto where they kind of did the same thing, and it started off really good, and then towards the end,
it just became of who had more power.
exactly, it'd be who had more power.
There essentially was. Well, I mean, yes, there was a story.
Yeah.
However, they ruined it when they introduced Kaguya. And I say that because Madara was the perfect villain. Like, at least for the story. He was the perfect villain for the story. And, especially, like, aside from Obito, because everybody slanders Obito for, like, absolutely no reason. And honestly, give my boy Obito some slack, bro. He's a cool character. But, so Madara's goal, like, his big, like, freaking, like, final objective
was to end war.
Was to end war and suffering through the infinite Tsukuyomi. But what people don't know is that he didn't know that it killed people. Because Kaguya, at least from the lore, the infinite Tsukuyomi was created to form an army of white Zetsu. Because what the infinite Tsukuyomi did was it would erupt the roots of the god tree and trap people in there, and then, you know, kind of, it's like a butterfly effect or a caterpillar to butterfly effect, so it would evolve them into white Zetsu. Right? And so he didn't know that the infinite Tsukuyomi did that. He thought that it just put everyone in an infinite illusion that where their wildest dreams would come true.
Right.
And that was his objective.
It was like a personal heaven for people.
Exactly. And it was just motive. It was a very righteous motive, but it was a very villainous execution.
It was a
corrupted execution. Exactly. Like, it was like a kind of a Thanos situation, like, where he's not gonna let anybody stand in the way of his goal.
And he'll do anything by, you know, he'll do it by any means necessary. You know,
by any means necessary. Yeah.
And by the way, spoilers. But I mean,
spoilers for Naruto Shippuden.
I mean, come on, like, most people have seen it by now.
No, actually, I know quite a few people who haven't even touched Naruto.
Really?
Yeah. It's nuts. I'm just like, how? Like, they've watched, like, Demon Slayer and Fire Force and Black Clover, but they haven't touched Naruto. Like, they've seen the entirety of Dragon Ball, all the series Dragon Ball.
How do you
Dragon Ball, Z, GT, Super, all the movies, but they have not touched Naruto. I'm just like, how?
Listen, it's one thing not to finish it, but you gotta at least touch it, dude. Like, there's no way there's no way you can finish all of Dragon Ball, right? A show full of exposition, but not finish something as beautiful as Naruto, bro. Like, come on.
I know someone that's 600 episodes deep into One Piece and still hasn't touched Naruto.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I touched Naruto, bro. I didn't get too far into Shippuden because it was towards the end for me, really. But like, when I got to the part where, you know, Sasuke left and they had that big fight, I was like, shit's getting real, you know.
Exactly, because now real. Like, he's actually following through with his claim, or with his statement that he was gonna go with Orochimaru and get power to defeat Itachi.
And I think the best way to sum this up, man, is that, all right, Naruto, they started off, I slightly deviated here, but Naruto, they started off good with their, you know, with what they used, you know, the whole, you know, the whole jutsu and, you know, the whole, what was it, Sharingan. The whole element that they used in that story, they started off really well with it, but then it turned into a who's stronger, and that's, at least in my opinion, that's not a very good idea. You never want to make your story into who's stronger, because it can get old. You can do that every now and then, but constantly, you know, just whose sword is stronger than this person's sword. No, No.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I do like about Naruto is the fact that it is like when you boil it down, it's to who's stronger. But
When it first
most
started
of the
off, it
time,
was strategy, dude.
they're sitting here making like 12-step plans in like 2 seconds. Like, you compare the intelligence of someone in Naruto to like say someone in like My Hero or Dragon Ball
Baby.
especially. Like, I've seen a lot of like debate and power scaling YouTubers, like, you know, shout out to Swag Kage, Set the Programmer, all those people,
Right.
Clyde the Weeaboo, the Masked Man, all those people. And I can pretty much guarantee you that every single one of them will say that people in Naruto have more tactically sound minds than someone in Dragon Ball. Like,
It's a
people in
given,
Dragon
dude.
Ball are stronger, but people in Naruto are smarter.
I mean, I think that is it's very true, honestly. Like, if you just see some of the fighting scenes, I mean, Naruto and Sasuke with one fight, I forgot what it was. It was during the mission where they had to protect this one guy from like these bounty hunters.
Yeah, that was the Land of the Waves arc. Yeah.
Land of the Way, bro. They were just doing some mad crazy
With the
crap.
shuriken, like, bro,
The
Naruto and
shuriken.
Sasuke didn't even say anything to each other, and they just knew what was up. They just knew what was up.
Bro, when I saw that scene, that hit me different. I was like,
Like,
oh my
bro, literally all
God,
Sasuke
bro.
said was Naruto, and then he was like, bro, it was nuts. And they caught like a Jonin level bounty hunter. Like, and at that point in the story, like, Jonin was like super scary. Like, this bounty hunter Zabuza was taking out all these like high class like Jonin people, right? And he was like this super feared assassin, a part of this super feared group. And then these like two like 12, 13-year-old kids almost took him out with one strategy.
Just one
and they didn't even say anything to each other, and both knew what was up.
I gotta look up the video. What was his name again?
Zabuza. It was Naruto, Sasuke, or teams. Look up Team 7 versus Zabuza. And it was nuts. It was nuts. And that was the first fight. And then the second fight where they actually fought Haku, it was even better. Because like Kakashi was fighting Zabuza like in the mist. And then that was the first debut of one-handed hand seals. Right? And then like that was the first time you saw something other than the 5 nature types that they already like explained.
And that's when things got
like you saw ice release. And it was nuts. I loved it. That was like one of the best arcs.
I think one thing that's something interesting, right? This was an amazing arc, but this guy wasn't this guy was, considered a huge threat back then, but you compare it to, towards the end of Shippuden, this man was baby stuff, this guy wasn't anything big.
That's what I'm saying. He would get curb stomped by final power characters, or I say final boss characters. He would get curb stomped. Like, I think, like, Sage Mode, like, or not even, like, heavy Sasuke could probably curb stomp Zabuza. I'd wager.
And
just off of, like, speed feats alone. Because heavy Sasuke is a lightning timer, right? And Zabuza, just based off of feats, is I don't think, anywhere near that. Like, the speed of lightning.
No. Not even close.
Yes, I mean, maybe, like, probably not heavy Sasuke, but 5 Summit Sasuke is curb stomping Zabuza. I guarantee you that is like 100% money back guarantee. He's curb stomping Zabuza and Haku.
And the sad thing is that despite this guy not being a huge threat, we're over here hyping about that whole
exactly.
This was a long time ago, small threat, but
exactly. This would probably be a threat to 12 or maybe like 13-year-old like Naruto and Sasuke, but you give like Rasen Shuriken Naruto, who's taking on the Akatsuki. I don't think Zabuza's like tangoing with Kakuzu. Like maybe Hidan, because he's technically like the quote weakest person of the Akatsuki, but like I don't think he's definitely not tangoing with Sasori or Kakuzu.
Exactly.
definitely not Pain, and
Yeah.
by absolutely no means Obito. Like,
Dear
no,
Lord,
he's not
bro.
even touching Obito.
And that's why, and that's what I think when it comes down to the sad fact here is, it's not
Yeah.
about just how large the risk is. It's really about how how well you can tell your story and how well you can get things going in a fight with strategy and just everything. I mean, I look at this. I saw the final. I saw bits and pieces of the final season Shippuden, and all it really was just fights and occasional breaks, and that's
What
it.
I like to say about like the final arc of Naruto, the war arc, is it is in my opinion, it is the worst arc plot. It had the best fights, the worst story.
Yeah.
Because it is just a war. Right? You're not
Right.
like there's almost no substance to it. I mean, yes, you have the introduction of Madara, which is like the final villain, and yes, you have someone like these good plot moments, but the overarching story of the entirety of that arc is honestly lackluster. But it did have some of the best fights, because not only do you have Naruto versus Sasuke, the second one, that was absolutely amazing, right? You also have Kakashi versus Obito. You have Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance. You have Naruto and Sasuke teaming up against Madara, and also you have Guy versus Madara. You have and in some of the filler episodes, even it had some of like the best filler, because it was giving backstory to Itachi and Kakashi and Jiraiya and Orochimaru, and like it was just it was amazing.
What was actually really, I'm gonna break away for a second if you don't mind, because
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta talk about that the side. What was the side character's name? The kid of Guy. It was
Broccoli.
Broccoli, dude. They really did my boy Broccoli like that towards the end, just nerfing him, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, they nerfed the hell out of him.
I'm sorry that
Can only go up to the 6th gate, bro. Like what?
I'm sorry. Like I know he was OP as a side character, but that was so cool seeing that, dude. Just
Him and Guy teaming up.
and I wanted to see. I really wanted to just see Broccoli, just kind of be that side character that you don't know, you don't get to see him too much, but when he's there, he gets crap done, dude. Being OP is easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just because it's like a kind of like a soccer situation. Because it's not that Rock Lee is inherently weak. It's that the people are so much stronger than him. And it's like a prime example of what like I like to draw from is from Fire Force again. This character I forgot what her first name was, but it's Tamaki. And so she is not inherently weak. People don't like her because she is there solely for fan service, and like her power is cool. She has like the Nekomata power, and so she has like the 2 tails, and like she's essentially like a fire cat. And she has like cat-like abilities. So she's not inherently weak. It's that the people they put her up against are just so massively stronger than her. Like she's put up against people like from, oh my god, what's the group called? The White Clad, which is like essentially the Akatsuki, right? She's put up against people like from the White Clad, and she's not at that level yet.
What was her name again?
Her name is Tamaki. I forgot what her first name was. I think it starts with a K, but her last name is Tamaki.
Tamaki. Oh yeah, I see it.
Hold on, I can just look it up. I can look it up. Tamaki Fire Force.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah, Kotatsu Tamaki.
Bro, so that's is she in the Boruto series or?
No. She's in Fire Force.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro,
no, she's in
I got
Fire Force.
lost in that one, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's from another anime. But reeling back to the fact, or to the topic of Naruto, the Boruto series was lackluster. I stopped after Naruto Sasuke versus Momoshiki.
I haven't even
because-
watched it, bro. I'm sorry.
Dude, literally episode 65, from all the episodes I've seen 80 of the episodes. Out of all the episodes I've seen, episode 65, or I think it's like 63 to 65 are the best episodes, because that is recapping the movie, the Boruto movie, which was, like, in my opinion, it was kind of terrible. But
Wow.
it was not terrible, but it was lackluster.
Yeah.
So it recapped the movie better than the movie, right? So it was like, and then episode 65 had one of the best fights since Naruto versus Sasuke. And
I mean,
it was absolutely nuts.
I gotta ask this, like,
Mhm.
where did they go wrong, dude?
Just it was good idea, poor execution. Like the story elements, they felt shoehorned in, and also the animation was not
Wasn't
super
as good.
good.
Yeah, that's one thing I did hear.
Episode 65 had some of the best animation. I'm just saying the movie was eh. It was eh.
I heard that the characters were actually. I heard there's people just really didn't like. Some people didn't like Boruto, and like a lot of people didn't like this one chick. I think it was the chubby guy's daughter, but
Yeah, Chocho.
yeah, they didn't like Chocho's daughter for some reason. Like, what's going on? With
Oh,
that?
no. The daughter's name is Chocho. Her
Oh.
dad's name is Choji.
Yeah, Choji. They didn't like Chocho at all, and what's going on with that?
People don't like Chocho. I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know why people don't like Chocho. It's probably due to like the more recent episodes, but I really don't like why people don't like her. Because honestly, she's none of the characters in Boruto are inherently interesting. That's probably everybody's problem with it. Is because like I pretty much my opinion of Boruto is if Naruto is PG, that's it.
Right.
If Naruto is PG, that's what Boruto is. At least in like the first episodes. And then episodes 63 to 65 are like actual Naruto episodes. And yeah, it's just because like it's Naruto, but like in the future. So like now it's like not just, your ramen shop and like your like old school Japanese like food spots. You're actually getting like burgers and hot dogs and steaks and stuff like that. And it's really weird.
But then it does kind of fit with the change that goes on.
Yeah.
Because it's in the future.
Yeah, it is. And like I appreciate that it's in the future. It's just I'm saying that's probably why people are weirded out.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that they're used to. Because people are watching 720 episodes of Naruto and like the old school Leaf Village that has like all these like really like cool like intricately structured buildings, right? And it's like the old school like Japanese like food spots like where you can get your onigiri, your sushi, your ramen and stuff like that. And now it's dumbed down to you still have your ramen shops, but it's like modernized. Like you have video games now and like actual TV, and it's really weird.
It was uncanny.
The characters in Naruto.
It was uncanny in that regard. It was just
kind of. It's like people associate Naruto with this really rambunctious kid trying to bring world peace to and they associate that with that narrative, right? And now that Naruto is essentially he's fulfilled his dream, and now it's they don't associate him with actually being Hokage in essentially a modernized world. They akin Naruto
it just doesn't
to,
match.
Yeah, an old school like
grandpa.
Yeah.
Like a boomer basically.
A boomer, yeah, Naruto's a boomer, essentially.
Oh.
And once you boil it down. They're not used to him being in a modernized world.
I just didn't
with video games and TV.
I just didn't really like the look for Naruto and Boruto. It just looked really weird. Like
what's the name? They got a new artist for the Boruto manga. Yeah, there's a separate artist for the Boruto manga, and that's also probably also why people are so weirded out. Because Sasuke's hair is curly, so you can just tell how that would be super weird. Like, not like actual like curly like fluffy hair. It's just like it has curls in it, like it's curved. It's not like the natural like, or it's not like the Sasuke's like normal straight hair.
Yeah. I will say, from bits and pieces that I have seen from Boruto, I did kind of like how they handle his character. Sorry, no, not Naruto, not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, no, not Boruto, but I do like how they handled Naruto, because, he doesn't favor over his kid half the time. Like if he's doing some crap, if he's doing some BS, he's gonna
call him out.
He's gonna call him out, and
because he doesn't want Boruto. He's like an actual dad. He's a good dad.
Yeah.
Right. Contrary to what people in the anime might say, but like he's a really good dad. He doesn't want Boruto to go through the same hardships that he did.
Exactly.
Right. And I hate how Boruto is unappreciative of that. Right? Because it's like you compare episode 13 of Boruto where they're going on like I think it was like a scavenger hunt or whatever.
Right.
Compared to episode 13 of Naruto, they're fighting Jonin level assassins at like 12 years old, dude. And it's nuts. And like especially like the Chunin exams like were nothing. And the Chunin exams in Boruto, you're trying to complete a true or false test that's a trick question, right? Compared to the actual first exam of the test in which you had to cheat without getting caught. Right? And in Boruto, it was matches to where like you just had to subdue your opponent. In Naruto, it was like legit death. Like you were trying to kill each other, dude.
Bro, it was something
nuts.
else. What would have been what would have been crazy? Because in the end, from what I heard, the show is basically the modern world's kind of almost shoving out all jiu-jitsu and all that kind of stuff, because they have technology now and the world's pretty much at peace. They don't really need that kind of stuff. But I thought it would have been cool to see if they if maybe the world became over reliant on that kind of stuff and they're trying to find technology to enhance it. I mean, wasn't there actually wasn't there a scene where there was like some science group that did that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it was the I forgot what it was called, but it was artificial jutsu essentially. So they would seal jutsu into like these scrolls, and it was and it would go into like a little like a wrist device on their arm, and they would like do hand seals, or like they would do like one little hand seal, and then it would eject the jutsu from the scroll as like a projectile, and then that's how they would do jutsus, or at least with the tool. It was called the scientific ninja tool. I don't know. It was like super basic, but yeah. And Naruto saw that as cheating, and rightfully so, because that is essentially cheating. Because in like again old school Naruto, you had to remember like 6 or 7 hand seals for one jutsu, right? And like the fire style fireball jutsu, like the most basic fire jutsu, is I think 7 hand seals, right? But now you can just do one hand seal, or one. It's just like not even a seal at that point. It's just one hand like position, and you can throw a fireball.
I'm sorry,
like,
that's cringe.
And it's nuts, and it has no chakra cost.
I mean that is. I mean it's cool, right? But man, that would be real annoying to deal with in a fight.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen real quick and get a piece of cake. Honestly, Madoka and Neptune, like y'all should talk, bro. Like I feel like I don't want to like go on like
dude, I was so lost.
Yeah, honestly, like I want to hear what Neptune has to say, what Madoka has to say. Not that what you're saying is invalid. It's like I feel like we're like, kind of taking over the conversation.
Bro, I think we definitely took over the conversation.
Yeah, Madoka and Neptune just sitting here listening.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I apologize. I'm gonna go to the kitchen, get a piece of cake real quick. I will be back in like 2 minutes.
Alright, I've just been sitting here drinking coffee aggressively, so.
Bro.
I've been playing Minecraft the entire time.
Bro.
Oh dang. Also, my opinion on Baruto is give back Naruto his gel, man. He needs hair gel.
Bro.
Petition to give him spiky hair again. Ah, my voice cracked.
Bro. We really had to go there.
Of course, I mean, come on.
Okay, I'll say this. Yeah, I didn't like his design. It looked really weird.
He
me.
looks like a child version of Jean from Attack on Titan, excuse me.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, bro, I was just looking at that and I was just like, yo, that's not my Naruto, dude. Give me back my Naruto, bro. Come on.
At least give him the spiky hair, please.
I was looking at that and I was just like, oh, come on, dude. You know, like, he's a cool character. All right, we already talked about that, but I really wish they didn't have to get a new artist and mess him up like this.
Oh no, it's just tragic, man, straight up.
Like, it reminds me of the newer versions of, like, the Cartoon Network shows in their art style.
Yeah.
They're not very diverse now, are they? Like, in terms of style, like, characters, yes, diversity, we stand it. But, like, in terms of style, they all seem like copy-paste of each other.
I mean, that's kind of what it felt like with Boruto a little bit. There was fate, you know, how do I say that? That's kind of a hard thing to do with an anime because, you know, you kind of have that same style going on. You have to make sure you change it up a little bit, but yeah, I kind of got that feeling a little bit. I'll be honest. I mean, how do I put this, bro? If you just kind of slap a different hairstyle on their faces, right?
Yep.
Except for Chocho. I thought like Chocho and a few other characters did kind of look different. I'll say that, bro. There were some of them that actually looked kind of cool. But I mean, just overall.
So, have you guys watched the anime High Rise Invasion yet?
Oh crap! Is that?
No, not yet.
Let me
It's
look.
so good, but let me tell you right now, I'm not spoiling anything, but
Yeah, I heard it
some of
gets
the
dark.
Oh, it is. It's very dark.
Then that's all I need to know. I heard that show can get a little bit. Can get a little bit.
My type of anime.
It can get dark, sure, and then there's some parts that are comedic relief for sure, but then there's some very strange moments that feel like they don't belong there, but they do at the same time until you watch the entire thing. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's gonna be it's one of those. Oh yeah.
But the cliffhanger is actually quite satisfying, not gonna lie. It's not like that bad. Like in Seven Deadly Sins with their season, I think it's season 3, where they end where they just straight up yeet Elizabeth. Like, excuse me. But side note, so again, not spoilers for High Rise Invasion, but some of the characters, like you said, with the whole copy-paste thing with anime characters, a lot of them do look a lot familiar to other anime characters that are nothing related to that show at all. Like the main character, she looks like Yumiko from, what was it, Kakaguri? Like,
Kakaguri.
right up. Yep.
Gotta head out real quick.
Alright, take your time. And then one of the antagonists looks like Gasai if Gasai was an adult. So,
Ah.
yeah. But like a strange.
So much to catch up on.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
continue.
It happens, man. There's like a lot of shows that are coming out with seasons that we thought the anime was dead, basically. So,
Yep.
man, the Hitalia fandom's coming back, which is great because Hitalia is so good, honestly.
I've never watched it.
Really, it's so funny. Like, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
I gotta update my anime list. I gotta start planning. Oh goodness.
Honestly, same, because a lot of them I realized were trolls, and I hate it because there's like this very specific anime. It has a trending song on TikTok right now. I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about. I'm just not gonna mention the name.
Yep.
But that one, yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, you should watch it. It's such a good show. Excuse me, no, I'm not. That's not a good show. That is cursed.
Yeah, it's kind of. No comment.
It's like you guys don't even give context. Man. You guys give us a catchy song, and then all of a sudden you watch it, and you're like, no.
Yeah, it gets bad.
It is. It's like the modern version of the old trolling.
Oh my god.
Yep. But do you ever troll someone into watching like an actual good anime too?
I try to.
Oh man.
Always. I did that to like 6 people. I'm back, by the way.
Oh man, I can't remember what I did one time. Oh, it was the Promise Neverland. I got someone into watching it because I said it was a Studio Ghibli film, which it's not. But they watched it and they were like, "This is not Studio Ghibli. What are you talking about?"
Bro.
I'm like, you said you didn't want to watch it, so I said Studio Ghibli. Now you're gonna watch it.
I tried to get my friend to watch Seven Deadly Sins, and I was like, "Oh, they have a cute pig in it." And then she saw the episode where you know what happened to the pig, and
Ooh.
she got mad at
R.I.P.
me.
Hawk.
She got so mad at me.
Alright, that triggers the Hawk response.
Can I-
Oh boy.
Can
I
I
just
ask-
forgot I was gonna. Huh?
Can I ask y'all a quick question?
Sure.
Were y'all disappointed with Were y'all disappointed with season 2 of Promise Neverland?
I have not seen Promise Neverland.
Haven't watched it yet,
Y'all
but I
Are
don't
you-
mind if you
Different
spoil it.
on opinions about it, honestly. All I know is a cursed meme that's going around about a certain character.
Oh.
God.
Oh.
No.
Drumstick.
Oh god.
I
That's
don't
all I gotta say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm scared to
Sure.
watch it now.
Is that I don't want to
I
know what
got
you're
this.
talking about.
That's like the most. That's like the most decent way I can put it, I guess, because the other thing is people commenting meat emojis in Promised Neverland videos on TikTok, and yeah,
Meat emoji.
Oh.
yeah, that's what I'm referring to. That's why I'm saying
Oh.
drumstick.
So
Oh
confused.
my. Okay. I'll explain it. So in that show, there is a character. There's a black character. I forgot her name, but she's basically a maid in that show because it's
Oh no.
and yeah, I know we're already starting off bad, and it makes sense because in this show, these kids live in this inn, and there's these maids that look over them. There's and with one of the characters is this black woman by the name of, I forgot her. Let me look her up. Of course, as soon as I say that. Crone.
Her name is Crone.
Yep, Crone. And Crone's crazy. Crone is like next level. Just you would have to
Crone will
honestly
curb
see it.
stomp anyone.
Like, she's honestly my favorite character. I'm just gonna say it now, just because of how crazy she acts. But at the same time, she just does a lot of just funny and just over the top stuff that just like it's. I think is the way they did her character was awesome because she was insane, but at the same time, there was some interesting, fun stuff going on with her. But that's all I can really go into it because it's just the way they made her look was something else. I will say slightly offensive. That's all I could say.
Oof.
I don't know. It feels awkward. I don't want to go any more into it.
Random side note, it's so hard to fish.
I'm
in
just
my bag.
sitting here vibing, eating my crackers.
What happened to the cake?
Oh, I ate it.
Oh, bro.
It wasn't like a full
was
cake, it was
quick.
just a piece.
Without sharing? Wow.
I mean, do y'all like crumb cake?
Give us the pixel cake.
Oh, bro.
Mm.
My dude could take the lead. I'm gonna just vibe and play some games, man.
Mm.
That whole Promise Neverland is still stuck with me, and I need some time. So
Ooh.
Well, I mean, if it's not too much trouble with y'all, I could explain my story while you chill.
Do it.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
okay, cool. This is one of those like, oh, I never think I would get this far moments. So, well, first, before I explain anything, do you have any questions? Like, what are your like main questions about it?
This actually, I have a question.
Mhm.
We're gonna head back to the questions and then end off this podcast. But one question I have is the story, right? Because I know you want to get more into your story, right? With the project.
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
Broken Worlds, basically, you called it. What is one character? What's gonna be the main antagonist? The antagonizing force in that show.
The main overarching antagonist is a certain someone named Dahlia, and so what she's doing is she is trying to do the same thing that Mag is doing, though in a different way. So she's also trying to reshape the world, and so that there is no more war, no more suffering.
But of course, that's not possible.
Yes, yes, but she's trying to rule it through dictation. She's a dictator. So she's trying to pretty much make the entire world a big communist, or like a communist society.
But it isn't.
Yeah.
But it isn't out of just pure hatred. It's all just to try and make a better world.
Because, she essentially, her mindset is, okay, we've let these humans and all these different people do what they want. We've tried to allow them to have peace with themselves, but they're not that good at it. So I'm just gonna take control of everything and then just dictate what goes. And like I will bear all the burden of the world just so that they can have peace.
Wow, that is,
That's inspirational.
bro. That is something else. Honestly,
But she's one of those characters that has a screw loose. So again, she's a dictator. So she's gonna enlist some pretty harsh rules.
But
yeah.
at the same, it's fun to have a bit of a crazy character, you know, someone that's got a few screws.
Oh
loose.
yeah, I love
Yo, you enjoying that snack, aren't you, bro? You just like
Your crackers.
I love
bro.
crazy characters. Yeah, they're butter glazed and salted.
Oh my goodness.
snap!
Sharing is caring.
You're making me hungry, bro. Stop.
Oh, y'all want some? Here, I got y'all.
I'm gonna go drink the ranch now.
Bro, what?
Oh, dude, you drink ranch too? Let's go.
Yes.
Like, who the hell drinks ranch? No, I'm sorry.
Me.
What?
Us.
I'm gonna stop this for a quick. Who eats ranch, bro? What?
People that are desperate, I guess.
Us. Me and Madoka.
Yeah.
Wait,
Ranch is
no. What branch you go for? You go for Great Valley or Great Valley or Hidden Valley?
Oh, my-
Hidden Valley and Great Valley
Of
both.
course. Okay, back to the story. Okay, so I love you too, be safe. Okay, she's just taking someone's to the hospital. Okay, so yeah, that is really just the main antagonist. And like the overall like story of it is she is trying the main like plot of it is Mag trying to stop Dahlia from doing what she's doing.
and not trying to be as corrupt as her at the same time.
Exactly. While also dealing with, for spoiler purposes, who she is, because she is a very, very special individual. Because why not?
Yeah.
She's a very, very special individual, and she is the next ideal quote host, for Dahlia to complete her mission
All
or
right.
her objective. And so she's trying to fight against Dahlia while also trying to, keep everybody in check while also dealing with who she is.
Wow, that is.
Mhm.
I'm honestly, and let me tell you something, folks. All right, Shuvit's project here. We mentioned it before. It's gonna have a lot of stuff going on. All right,
A lot.
It's gonna be World of Warcraft. All right, but even crazier. Okay, even crazier.
Maybe.
And,
So World of Warcraft, but on steroids.
okay,
But make it
Maybe.
anime. Nice.
Yo, okay,
Very
maybe like not that much steroids. All right, like just a little bit steroids. But you're
Yeah, I
right.
don't even
Just a
think I
little bit
could
of crack cocaine.
have near as much content as WoW does, but but yeah, I do have as much content as I do because I want to make my world, or I want to transfer my world into D&D. So I
Yeah.
kind of have to accommodate for as much content as I do.
Alright.
That's why I have like so many races and so many powers and like a pretty easy to understand power system.
Okay. Honestly, dude, I just want to say before we end this project, this podcast, I want to just thank you for being here with us, and
Go ahead.
I want to apologize to Neptune and Madoka for.
Huh?
I want to apologize for y'all not even giving y'all a chance to just join in with this. We were just taking control of this whole podcast,
Just
bro.
vibing. I'm sorry.
Major nerds. It's fine.
It's Gucci,
Mega nerds.
man. It was entertaining listening to y'all while drinking coffee, like very aggressively in the background, and like pushing talk is a
Or playing
lifesaver.
Wait, hold on, Madoka. What kind of
Yeah.
coffee is it?
Just coffee, just any run-of-the-mill coffee. Like you go
Black
to the store,
coffee?
get some random ass coffee.
Black coffee.
No, it's just coffee. Like you just go to the store, blindly grab coffee, and make it. We live on the dangerous side here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of coffee.
Understandable, but I have a caffeine
I love
addiction.
coffee. It's like I am very, very addicted to caffeine.
And that's
Yes.
why, bro. It's the caffeine addiction. I'm scared of that, dude. Cause then I'm gonna. I don't know, bro. When I get addicted to stuff.
It's not you being scared of caffeine. It's you being scared of the caffeine crash.
That's
Because you
what
can
it is.
drink as much
Caffeine
coffee as you
crash
want.
sucks.
Once you crash, bro. It's nuts.
That's what I've heard. I've heard those spooky stories, man, about the crashes. Okay.
Gosh. You're
Man,
making it sound like a drug. Oh my god.
well, it is a drug technically. Caffeine's like one of the legal drugs.
You're just sitting in the corner scratching yourself, just like, I need caffeine.
I gotta
Where's
get more.
coffee?"
Yes, Monster Energy
change.
drink. Actually, no,
Oh, I
that's
love
Bang
Monster.
Energy.
We
Spare
need
caffeine, ma'am.
spare caffeine, man. Yeah, dude. Like spare caffeine.
You got any
Bro,
caffeine?
for caffeine, like, sick.
Oh man, one time I was just, hanging around, and since I am technically a sane kid still in 2021, imagine that. Someone walked up to me with like a severe caffeine addiction. By someone, I mean one of my friends, and they were like,
Oh.
"Do you have an extra Monster Energy drink on you?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
The one
Spare
day I
monster.
didn't have
Spare
one.
monster.
I'm like, it was just the one day I didn't have one.
This makes me feel like people chew coffee beans. That they're so addicted
People
to.
people
Oh
do
my
chew
God.
coffee beans.
What?
They do. I've
Goodness,
tried it.
why?
It was delicious.
What's wrong with you people?
Oh my god. That's taking it too far. All right, that'll be a topic for tomorrow. Actually, when we do this next time. Is coffee a drug?
Yes.
It is a drug. It scientifically is proven to be a drug.
Really?
Like
Oh,
how
oh,
tomatoes
dang.
are scientifically proven to be fruits somehow? Whatever that
It
means.
is a drug. Caffeine is a legal drug. That's why they say you have to take like recommended amounts of it too. That's why they have warnings everywhere.
Bro, how did I? What is wrong with you? How did I not? Okay. Anyway, uh, we'll end this. I guess we'll end this podcast now, awkwardly. But thank you all for listening in. Shuvit, I wish you the best luck with your project.
Oh, for
Madoka,
sure, man. Thank you. Thank you
Uh,
for having me on the podcast, bro. Like honestly, it's so cool to be here. Such an honor.
dude, it was awesome being able to just chill with you and just talk about stories and anime and your project. It was fun.
Hopefully, we won't derail the conversation for Neptune and Madoka next time.
Oh god.
Again,
Oh,
very
the
sorry.
Naruto rants.
I love Naruto. I could talk about it. I could talk about it like literally all day.
Bro, Dragon Ball ain't on Naruto's level.
Mm-mm.
It ain't. It ain't.